Shatu ma sadgamaya tamashu ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya avirāvir maidhi rudro yate dakshinam mukham te namam pahi nityam te namam pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Of peace, peace, peace be upon us all. So we are on the reading of the Shanti Gita, verse number 16. We read what we read. We read that the question was that there is no creation, there is no jiva, there is no God. It's all you are seeing in the Maya. That is the premises. It is like the infinite ocean, calm and serene. In that ocean of calmness, as the cool breeze creates a ripple, so similarly in the ocean of consciousness, ocean of Tathahi Purna Chaitanya, in that fullness, in that absolute ocean of consciousness and bliss, Maya Drishyate Jagat. This Jagat, this world, is being observed like that. That means whatever you seeing, we are seeing the name and form. The waves, like the ocean, in the ocean comes waves, small, big, powerful, weak. So similarly in this creation you find dynamic thing, strong, weak, illumination, ignorance, all are played in this duality. So that was the premises of our last reading years here, that in the ocean of consciousness, similarly, this thing we see, that it is absolute consciousness only, by the illusory forces of the Maya. So that is the we see. Now we have read the other day that in the consciousness appears in the form, the consciousness appears in the form of the universe. Why? Due to Maya, the cosmic ignorance. It is like the dream activity caused by sleep. There is not even the slightest truth in it. As we see in the dream, uh, entire world of reality, and that world is really frightening sometimes joyful, sometimes pleasing, sometimes painful, and they're real. But actually, it is not. It is the mind. When you wake up now, where are those pain, suffering, anxieties, worries in the dream? Similarly, this is also to be understood. This is a dream. It has no reality. So it says the consciousness appears in the form of the universe. Consciousness, the ocean, appears like a wave. That wave you are seeing the wave. It is nothing but the water of the ocean. Same ocean, only in the wave form. If there is no wave, you say it is Brahman. When the wave comes, this universe. So what you are seeing, the wave you are seeing the ocean. Vedanta is very simple, only one point to understand. What I am seeing you as a human being is my mistaken identity. My mind is showing this wrong interpretation. But in reality, it is that truth, the reality, Satchidananda, consciousness, in this wave form or that wave form, in the sun form, in the moon form, even the tiny creature form, amoeba form, wherever you go, It is you are seeing the same ocean and nothing else. And how long you see this dream? Dream exists so long you are asleep. You are sleeping in ignorance. So long you are dreaming. So this world also appearing due to ignorance. And as soon as this dream will break, the proper dawn of knowledge, then neither the Maya exists, nor there is anybody who is holding the Maya. Everything is like a magic show, and only a person of narrow vision perceives everything as real. So, as we go and see something which is unreal as real, similarly, when the knowledge will dawn, the ignorance will drop off. And when the ignorance drops off, then you are free. You are free from all bondage. All the anxieties, it's like a dream. Dream breaks. In a dream, people say, "Why is having a terrible dream? I was horrified. I was lost into the fire. I was getting burned into the fire." Everything what you say is only mere words. There is nothing. Nothing happened. It is happening in your mind only. But we cannot feel this way here now. But this becomes meaningless when you are going to sleep or into dream. So if it is true, true it will be true all the times. But once perception changes, as soon as the mind become awake or in a half sleep or total sleep, condition of the mind is changing and our perspective is changing. This is the mind. Your mind is very meditative, one day peaceful, joyful, you are very happy. One day mind is irritated, even the good thing appears very bad. This whole world is mind. And our perception, that's why so much emphasis is given how to tame the mind, how to guide the mind to go to its own rhythm. And last time we read 14 and 15. There we got that it appears that the Upanishads have mentioned about creation. We see that in the Upanishad, in our scriptures, the creation theory is given. The world is created. And that creation, as if it is true, as they have said, why the rishis are talking about the creation. How half of the element of earth plus 1/8 of the elements of other fire, water, space, etc., makes the gross materials like that. So these are all formulation, and then you find that the description of the creation theory is in different Upanishads and different places are different. Why it is different? That question came. Because it is not true. Agyani janabodhartam. The people who are ignorant, to drive away their ignorance, they create one imaginary idea about this reality of this world. And when the knowledge dawns, all this imaginary thing disappears. So it seems apparent that the Upanishads have mentioned about the creation. Why? For instructing the ignorant people. Why? Because they're like a mother, prattling with imaginary stories for the pleasure of the child. In the same manner, this Krishna says, I shall tell you about the creation. Please listen. So creation is not fundamentally, Krishna is giving a clear idea. The creation is not there. But you are in ignorance. You are thinking this creation and me and mine. And you are getting very much affected by all these feelings and emotions. Therefore, I am telling you how the creation has come. It is an imaginary thing. Fundamentally, it is not there, but appear because of your mind. That ignorance, by its own splitting power, is transformed into two. One takes the form of the cosmic ignorance, and another takes the form of individual ignorance. How? Tat agyanam, that agyanam, that ignorance, It is all ignorance. We are all, that's why it's called we are ignorant. And that's why it is the sadhus or the Brahmajnani, they are called, they realized souls. Their ignorance is gone. So to the ignorance, that ignorance it splits into two directions. One is the cosmic ignorance, one is the individual ignorance. That's a very important point. Cosmic ignorance, because the cosmic God, the absolute Brahman, when he thought, I'll be many, he thought your mind in the night, you do not know, but your mind thought. And in thinking something, he created the entire dream. You're only one mind creating yourself, creating all the people in the dream, who even you are frightened. The man who is going to kill you, that man is your mind. There is no reality. There is real man has not come there. Or who is giving you a good feast. That person is also not there. It is also your mind has created. So your mind has created 100 people, so many cars, road, travel, food, all these things what you are seeing in the dream, your mind has created. Similarly, the cosmic mind. Think of your mind, my mind, all mind put together. That mind is the cosmic mind, God's mind. We call God's mind. That mind has created. It is Akashat, Vayu, Radva, Adva, Prithivi. They said from there came the Akashat Vayu. He created from the space, infinite. Na Sadasit. In the Nasadiya Sukta, you'll find these verses. There is neither, you cannot say, there is not. That was the state, a perfect state, where there you cannot say it is there, where you can say it is not there. From there came the creation. And they said, there from Akash. Akash is the first creation. Space, infinite space, no other thing. Akashad, Vayu, Radva. Then came Vayu, air, Adva, Jal, Prithivi, like that. So, is it came? In another Upanishad, you will say, no. First came another item, and they, permutation and combination, created this material one. Actually, it is a creation first put into our mind to understand that this is the real, as you are seeing, but it is not real. To prove that, they will bring this knowledge aspect of Vedanta. So, what is this? That it is only that one consciousness. You are seeing the cosmic mind is only Brahman, and that when it creates, it becomes split into ignorance, Maya. Maya is the cosmic ignorance, and your ignorance, because individual ignorance is called avidya. Maya and avidya, two split, which makes the world so tangible and real in us. God has created this entire universe. That's the cosmic mind. Cosmic mind thought, I'll be many. He has sun, moon, stars, galaxies, all these things. My mind brings the awareness. I like it, I dislike it. See the point. If we are having our ignorance, individual ignorance, which is called avidya, if that was not there, then there is no problem for us. Because if we see the God's creation only, if I have no attachment to that or repulsion to that, then I am free. But that is the point. We are not, because we are in the spell of ignorance. It is like a double. One is God's ignorance, another is my ignorance is superimposed. It's a dual. My mind is creating further on that. So we gave the example the other day. You see the same object, but we react so many differently.
What did you mean by God's ignorance?
God's ignorance, God's avidya, Maya. That is the ignorance. God's ignorance means God's power. Though it is a ignorance, ignorance means seeing the He is alone. Why he will be many? Is he incomplete? No, it is for fun. And he has the power. And that power is called Maya. Maya is ignorance. In that sense, God's, that's a cosmic ignorance. We call cosmic ignorance. Cosmic is whose? That's God's. God's mind. Your mind and my mind and God's mind. What is the difference? God's mind is the sum total of all minds. And your mind, my mind is a part of it. Now, that ignorance, by its splitting power, it has transformed into two. One takes the form of the cosmic ignorance called the Maya, and Maya is a power. Maya, ignorance is for our, it does not allow us to see the right thing. Ignorance has veiled it. But God is the Maya, Udhishwara, the Lord of Maya. So it is his power though, but he has the control. But we have no control. I am forced to see what my mind says. You become a yogi, then you have got control over your mind. And gradually, when the mind will be pure, fully controlled, then you are Brahman. So all this problem is coming mind, mind, mind. So spiritual life is mind. That's why Jivan Mukti Vivek. 3 points. Let's say one point is the Nirbashana, Bashana, Bashanakshay, Mononas, Bashanakshay, and Tattva Gyan. The three things. Mononas, destroy your mind. Whole Vedanta's foundation is on that point. Destroy the mind. Which mind? This mind, which is showing is soul diversity. The mono nasho. Nasho means what? Total killing. There will be no trace of mind. As soon as that will be done, mono bashana. Then bashana means desire. Desire is where? Desire not in the tip of the finger. Desire in your mind. So the mind is gone. So desire is also gone. And desire is gone. As Holy Mother said, you become nirvashana. Now you are there. You reach God now and here if you are nirvashana. And that's why you see the Brahmagyanis. They live in the state of nirvana. Nirvana means perfect peace. They have, because their mind is like a, that's why Ramakrishna said, it's like a child. Child's mind. They have no attachment to anything. They love. They say, cry for one thing this moment and forget the next moment. So they have no attachment to anything. So they are pure mind. Manonas and Tattva simultaneously the truth will be revealed. So if we practice Manonas, Vashanakshay, Tattva we do three. Every day by meditation, we try to disturb mind to bring it focus, so the mind gets dissolved. Vashanakshay, we try to pray every day by analytical the thing, seeing things, thing that is not permanent is not permanent. So the mind is getting training not to desire for things because these are all temporary, these are all temporary. So Vasana, and as a result, think, I am that Atman, I am that Atman. The three-way attack to remove the ignorance, that is the Jivan Mukti Vivek teaches. So that therefore, two power of ignorance, Ishwar becoming multiple. One is the cosmic level, another is the individual level. We read up to that. 17. Satta pradhana mayayam, satta pradhana mayayam, chidabhasu vibhasitaha, chidabhasu vibhasitaha, chidadhyasat chit abhaso, chit adhyasat chit abhaso, isharo abhut samayaya, isharo abhut samayaya. Now, chit adhyasat chidabhaso. What did I say? Chit adhyasat chit abhaso. Satta pradhana maya. Maya has three aspects. Satta pradhan, satta, rajas and tamas. Maya is made of three gunas. Ignorance, my ignorance, your ignorance made of the three gunas. Satta, rajas and tamas. Ignorant, we are all ignorant. But my ignorance and ignorance of, say, almost getting to illumination, one sadhu, one monk, or one devotee, is not the same. His mind is becoming more sattva. So that's why it says sattva pradhana maya. God's maya, that's the cosmic maya. How Ishvara became Ishvara. How God came into picture. It is Brahman. They says, no, no, no. The Maya Shakti, the power, the cosmic power, which was inherent in Brahman, and it has three-pronged expression. One is Sattika, one is Rajasika, one is Tamasika. With the Sattva Pradhana, predominance, preponderance of Sattva quality, and Rajas and Tamas are also there. From that, Sattva Pradhana Mayayam, Chidabhasu Vibhasita, enlightened by the consciousness of Brahman, being lighted by the light of consciousness. Suppose there is a mirror and there is a light. Huh? The reflection will be the best if it is subtle, it is clean. You may have a mirror which has not become with shoot, something has gathered around. The light will be this light will be the same. Reflection will be less. And if it is totally dark, that means layers after layers of dust and dirt has assembled tamas, covered by tamas, reflection will not be there. That will be material. That's why you call matter. In the cosmic reality, that Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, Maya has three aspects. By this Sattva Maya, where Maya has this Sattika quality more in God's creation, that lighted by the light of that consciousness, Brahman is always light. It is always giving illumination. So that light is always falling on the mirrors. But that mirror, when it is Sattva Pradhan, almost transparent, the reflection becomes great. Therefore, Chid Udhyasat, because of the Udhyasa, superimposition of the consciousness on the mirror, Chid Abhasu, the reflection that comes, his name becomes Ishvara. So Ishvara is who? Satchidananda, by his own Maya. When that Maya becomes full of Sattika quality, that means clear and distinct like the glass mirror, then that reflection becomes so powerful and so tangible. That reflection is called the Ishvara. And just the sun, give the example. Sun. Sun can be reflected on any place, no? The morning sun rises and the sun reflects on everything. But suppose you keep a very nice Belgium glass and the sun comes, sun's light falls on the glass mirror and you see a reflection. This reflection is very bright, very clean and clear. That is called the Ishvara. Understand point? When the mind is not my mind, but God's mind, as I am saying, God's mind. What is that? Maya. And Maya has three Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. When Sattva quality is very much preponderance of Sattva quality comes, and in that Sattva quality, the Satchidananda's reflection falls, and we see the image, a reflected sun, we see. That reflected sun is called Ishvara. So the translation goes, Sattva Pradhana Mayaya. In Maya, where Sattika quality predominates, or preponderance of the Sattika quality, the reflection of consciousness is illumined here. No? When that light falls, it shines forth. That consciousness is illumined. Because of the superimposition of the consciousness upon Maya, the reflected consciousness becomes Ishvara by its own power of Maya. So God is not created by somebody else. Understand? In this material world, everything is created by somebody else. But God, if you put that question, it is a silly question. Someone say, you are talking about God. Who has created God? No, there is no creator God. He himself, by his own inherent potential capacity. You are a singer. Singing, you are not singing. But when you really throw your voice out, you say, wow, he's a good singer. So God has the power of manifesting himself or hiding himself, that the Maya power, and this Maya power is the three gunas together is called Maya. When that gets predominance of the Sattika quality, clear side, and the reflection of the consciousness falls up, it appears Ishvara. That's why it is called Sacha Bhagavan, Ishvaro, uh, Sacha Bhagavan, uh, um, Ajo Pishan Atma. Though he is Aja, he is no birth. Abhaya, no destruction. Abhayatma, who is the Bhutanam Ishvara. He is the creator of the whole universe. Ajo means birthless, stainless, absolute. That becomes Samayaya. Shankara says Samaya, by his own Maya. No Saman, third party comes from to create. In Tantra also, the mother worshipper, they say it is Brahma Shakti of it. Brahman and its power are the same. You cannot separate out. You cannot keep the person here and his music talent here. Okay, you have you know music. I say give out your music talent. I keep it here and you sit there. It is not possible. It is totally mingled together. So similarly, that is the sattika quality which have made preponderance of sattva. The same consciousness reflects in the cosmic mind, and cosmic mind, that's why God's mind is said. As in the body is here, mind is inside. So as the cosmic body, and there is the cosmic mind. So that
So
is.
if you give the example for our ignorance,
We'll come to that.
no, that's what I'm saying. That when we that also has three
Three
qualities, right? So then when I'm very calm, quiet, then you say Shakti. If I'm very aggressive, you say Rajasi. If I'm like those kind of Tamasi. Similarly, in cosmic mind, it has also three qualities. And then, can you give the example that how can I say this is the sattvic manifestation of cosmic mind, rajasic manifestation?
Let us say, look at that Sattika, the whole world is a manifestation of God. Brahma, can you see that? That's why they say in horror and mirror, in horror and in terror, in destruction and in creation, they see the whole Lord's play going on. They don't see the distinction. We see what is going on in the war. For us, it's serious. And for Krishna, in the cosmic form, these warriors are coming and going like a little tiny, what do you call, tiny insects in the cosmic body of the Lord, no? Vishwarupa. So creation is for something, for you is asked very serious. For him it is nothing, it is like it's a Vishwa. What is that Nazrul song is there? Khelicho Visholoe Virato Sisu Anamone Khelicho. That's why Thakur says mother's play. Who are you to say good and bad? You say, why God is saying, why so much suffering? Who are you to say like that? There is nothing but God. See, tamasic manifestation, sattika manifestation, they are rajasic manifestation. This is within the realm of individual ignorance, also in the level of the cosmic ignorance. Cosmic ignorance, Ishvara is kind, compassionate. Ishvara is also with a sword and other. Rajasic, that's why in the Chundi, Mother Chundi, Saraswati, and Mahalakshmi, and Mahakali, three aspects are worshipped, no? And there, Sattika aspect, little Rajasic and little Tamasic. Why? Mother is not Tamasic. To deal with the tamasa, you should have to deal tamasic power. Eh? Suppose someone is coming with a gun to attack you. So you need another gun, double gun. Hey, be careful, get out. So tamasa to deal with tamasa, rajasa to deal with rajasa, sattva to sattva. So these are both individual case and cosmic case. Same thing happens. And for us, because we are ignorant, we don't see what is going on, but it is all God's play going on in the eyes of a Brahmajnani. They don't only merely say this, but in their life also we find the demonstration of that. When that sadhu was beaten and he was died almost, and the monks took them into their monastery, and when he was almost gone, coming back to little senses and opened the eyes, the first question was asked, "Who has done this nasty thing to you?" And the sadhu said, "Who is feeding me the milk? He has done this thing." So the feeding milk is a sattvika quality. Someone is sick, out of compassion, you are fanning, but bringing him into consciousness. What is sattvika quality? Love, compassion, holiness. And another person, unnecessarily, a holy monk was moving, and they go and beat him and put him to almost unconscious and dead. This is tamas activity, rajas activity. No? But in the eyes of the holy man, he didn't say, "Oh, he's the culprit. Go and catch him. I saw that guy coming this way. This is the description. I don't know the name. Go and catch him." Ordinary people will do that. But the holy man's eyes, who are clear in their vision, who are sattiko, and crossing sattiko they go, they don't see the world the same way as I see. So God, that's why God also has three forms. One super sattik, they call predominance of sattika quality, predominance of rajasa quality, predominance of tamasa quality. That does not mean only sattva. There is other parts are there, percentage. There is sattva quality for Ramakrishna. Look at that, Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna, if we think 99.9% may be sattva. And zero point 0.1 they divide into tamas and rajas. I don't know, I'm just to understand I'm saying like that, who knows. But the question is that, but and another aspect of that, there are many realized soul, many. Suppose Bosishta and others, who was the angry god? Vishwamitra. He's the angry god. Angry says.
And he was Durvasha.
Durvasa. Anytime he gets mad, then he can curse you and it will happen. Huh? But we say different meaning is there. But he is also a Brahmajnani. But how he can do that? But that word will not come out from the mouth of Holy Mother. Never you find in the whole life you read, you cannot find one place Mother has used such abusive word or strong word. Whereas we hear of these sages and they're getting mad and they're cursing somebody and having that. So that is the expression in the Rajas and Tamas, preponderance of that. But illumination has come, inner idea has come, it is all God. But the outer activity of the mind has not stopped. That's why Vasanakshay, Tattva-gyan and Manonas should be practiced simultaneously. That is the very important factor. So in Maya, where Sattva quality predominates, the reflection of the consciousness. Consciousness reflects. You even in a lake, you stand on the Michigan lake when it's calm. Look at the whole sky is reflected there. Good photographers sometimes take pictures, no? That you see the sky, reflected sky. Good. So that is the reflected sky. So that's why that consciousness reflected. And because of the superimposition of the consciousness, so consciousness we are not looking. It is superimposed by what? By Maya. The reflected consciousness becomes Ishvara. You see a reflected sun there, bright, brilliant, and that is called the reflected sun at the Maya power, by the Maya, and we call him Ishvara. Got this Vedantic idea? What is called God? And God is created by whom? God is created by his own power, Maya power. He, when he is in absolute, does not create, does not desire that I shall be many. He is called Brahman. When he plans, okay, I'll be many, just one thought. And that magic power manifests, and then it manifests this. How? By Maya Shakti, this creation happens, and this consciousness then gets reflected in the cosmic mind, as the lake example. In Patanjali's yoga, that you will see, mind is always made parallel with the idea of a lake, chitta lake, the mind lake. Why? Because the reflection comes and you see the reflected sun there, and with the color of the water, your reflected sun will be colored. If it is crystal clear water, no ripple, it is one type. When it is ripple, you see the moonlight night, you can find how the moon is breaking under the water. No, one moon, but it's breaking under the water. But it's all illusion. But it's happening in the where? In the mind. And that mind, your mind, and versus cosmic mind. Cosmic mind. God creates individual mind, you come out of that. Then comes the verse 18 and 19. Maya Vritya Bhavid Isha. Maya Vritya Bhavid Isha. Sarvagga Sarvashaktiman. Sarvagga Sarvashaktiman. Ichchadi Sarvakatritam. Ichchadi Sarvakatritam. Maya Vritya Tatheshware. Maya Vritya Tatheshware. Maya Vritya. Maya Vrittis means Maya, the covering power of Maya. Maya Avaran. By covered by Maya. Covered by Maya, Bhavet Isha. God is God when Maya is covering the consciousness. That is the Maya. Isha. So, what is God? God is Brahman covered with Maya. Simple sentence. Understand? When cosmic consciousness is covered by Maya, though is Maya his own power, but he covers himself. You know, magicians example, old days they used to give. Magician uh, comes with a dress, and also he plays his hand tricks. And that trick creates so much of impossible thing possible. So this is also Satchidananda covered by the Maya trick. Ki Isha Maya Vritya, by the covering power of Maya. The Maya has two power, no? It is very fundamental. Two powers of ignorance. So, I can see the right person outside. Maya has two powers. One is Avaran, another is Bhikshap. One covers the real nature, another creates, projects new ideas, new thoughts. So, Maya Vritya, by the Vritti of the Maya, Bhavet Isha, God comes into existence. You call God, so long there is no Maya, there is no God. When Maya comes into picture, Maya covers the vision, that is called Ishvara. Sarvagga, and all knowing, we call him, he knows everything because he is the root from which whole creation is coming. So he is the knower of everything. Sarvagga, Sarvashaktiman, he is all powerful. Ichchadi Sarvakartittam, he lives in a position of being performer of everything starting from desire. So he desired, that's why many has come. So he is the, from the beginning, Ichcha Adi Sarva Kartrittam. Ichcha means desire, etc., etc. Ichchadi Sarva Kartrittam. I am the doer, I will do, I will do this. All this power is coming from him. Maya, Pritya, by the modification of the Maya, thus in God. So that means that what is happening? By the covering power of Maya, God becomes all knowing and all powerful. Brahman does not know anything, no? There is no question of his knowing and becoming powerful. If Brahman alone is there, how will you say he is powerful? Powerful means you have to always have something less power and more power. So you say he is more powerful than this. That how will you say powerful? There is no concept of power. Satchidananda is only that reality. So, all knowing, you cannot say Brahman knows everything. Brahman does not know. Brahman is neither the knower nor known, he is the one absolute. When it becomes under Maya, then he becomes the knower of all these things. Understand the point? When the creation starts, he is behind the creation, then he knows the creation. But when the no creation, the question does not arise that he is the knower, all knowing, all powerful. We say God is all knowing, all powerful. We don't say Brahman is all knowing and all powerful. Understand this fine distinction. It's a very technical area we are reading now. Ah, we can say God knows everything. God is the indweller. You can say all these things. But you can say Brahman is the indweller. Brahman is the knower. Brahman does not have the question of knowing. It is. That's why we put Saguna Ishvara first. God, personal God. Ah, that is the concept of monotheistic God. So that God is all knowing. We say even Christianity and Islam and Hinduism, God knows everything. He knows your past, present, future. If he is Brahman, who will know? How will know? But when it comes down one step down, the avatars are also same. Avatars are all knowing, all powerful because they come with that power. Eh? Ramakrishna says, Raja, the king, is visiting his kingdom in disguise. When he is visiting his kingdom disguise, his power of kingship is gone. He has the total power in him. So when Avatara comes, they don't show that. Because they don't show that, Avajananti mang mudha. People think that Avagga kare. And people ignore me, that I am the Bhuta Maheshwara. Yeah. I am the Maheshwara of the Mahaishwara. I am the great God of Bhutana. Jiva does not understand. He is talking about Ishvara standpoint. He is not talking about Brahman standpoint. We must always get confused in this fine area. What is Brahman? What is Ishvara? Brahman, your lips should stop. No description. Anything you say, you are not talking about Brahman. But when you say he knows everything, he knows our suffering, he knows our future, that you are talking about Ishvara, Saguna Brahma. And that is the reflection of the infinite Brahman consciousness on the cosmic mind, Maya. And there, the Sattika quality, there is this power self more dominant. So, Maya Britya Bhavet, Maya Dara Abritto, being covered by Maya, Bhavet Isha. He is called, Brahman is called Isha. When Abritto, when covered, not covered, it is Brahman. But when it is covered, then it becomes Bhaved Isha. And that time we call him Sarvagga. He knows everything, every creation, because everything, he is the conscious entity which gives sustenance to all creation. So he is Sarvagga. And he is the all power, behind power of this electric light, the same power. Behind you, behind me, behind a particle, subatomic particle, the same power. It is he supplies that power. Sarva Shaktiman. And then Ichchadi, and also Ichcha. Ichcha means desire. I wish to do this, I will do. Sarva Kartrittam. And the Kartrittam, control of everything. Sarva Kartrittam. Maya Britya. Being covered by Maya as in the Ishvara. That is the Ishvara does all these things, not Brahma. Tata sankalpavan Ishaha Tata sankalpavan Ishaha Tadvritya Sechaya Sataha Tadvritya Sechaya Sataha Bahushyama Aham Eva Ekaha Bahushyam Ahame Vaikaha Sankalpo Asya Samuttita Sankalpo Asya Samuttita. Tataha, from there, Sankalpa Manisha, then Ishvara God who has a Sankalpa. What is Sankalpa? Resolution. What resolution? Bahushyam, I will be many. That's Sankalpa. Eko Aham, Eka Eva, Sam Ahameva Eka. I am alone, only one. That Satchidananda consciousness. Sankalpavan being making a resolution, that britya, by that britti, that when you desire something as if you are raising a wave in the mind lake. And with that britya, sechaya, by his own volition, sechaya, swata, spontaneously. It is not compulsion. Somebody is goading him, you have to do this, you have to do that. There is no controller of that. He is the origin of everything. So, Baushamo Evaika Sankalpos Samuttita. There came the desire, Uttita means arose. There arose in the cosmic mind that one Sankalpo resolution. Bahushyama Aham Eva Ekaha. Aham, I, the cosmic I, Eva, surely, verily, Ekaha, only one, without any concept of two. Bahu, I shall become Bahu. How? Vijay Sitchaya, by his own volition, by spontaneity. Then Sankalpama and Isha, that is the Isha. There is the Isha means the God, the creator, the game. Eh? And that is the way this universe has been manifold manifested. So, so 19 running translation will be like this. By the covering power of Maya, God becomes all knowing and all powerful. Thus, the position of being the performer of everything, starting from desire, etc., comes upon God by Maya's covering power. So it is only God's power. And it is comes starting from the desire, the very fundamental wish that I shall be many. Therefore, from God, the decision maker, who is the decision maker? Who decides all these things? God. And who is God? Maya Abrito Brahman. Brahman covered by Maya. And which Maya? Sattva Maya. Not the tamas and rajas. Sattva Maya, this desire came. Rajas and tamas will be functioning later on to make this gross thing, solid thing, which is a more of brighter thing. In the creation, you see, there are beautiful flowers, huh? There are poison oaks. There poison. There are flowers which smell, you can die. So all types of creation, variety of creation came. Katoi namo, katoi rupa, kato goti sthiti, ke kare garon. Ekaru, this is a song, Swami Vivekananda. Ekarupa, arupa, namo, varana vedahi. Ekarupa, arupa, only one, absolute. Arupa, no form. Arupa. Nama, rupa, vedahina. There is no distinction in name and form. Shetha hote, ote karano dhara. From there rises the wave of karana, the causal force. Dhuri vasana Beshoyujala, holding Vasana, desire, what is Sankalpa? That I shall be many. Vasana Ujala, Katoi Nama, Katoi Rupa, how many name, how many form? Kato Goti Sthiti, Kekare Ganon. Who will count? How many forms, how many names, how much infinite number of creation rises from that? Huh? Katogati Siti Keka. Ekarupa, Arupa, Nama Bharana, Vedohino, Neti, Neti, Viramo Jathai, Ekarupa, Arupa. Swami Vivekananda is unique, my God, how he has expressed this the entire feeling. See, we are reading now Shanti Gita, and Vivekananda is singing the song. Eh? This is how from one the many has come. It's exactly the same. So, therefore, from God, the decision maker, He is the decision maker. There arose spontaneously. No one has requested Him under the compulsion of someone or some pressure. No, we do all these things. We do want to do or not to do, our compulsion of our mind, compulsion of other people, compulsion of the environment. We do things. But God is not like that. It's swataha, by his own volition, spontaneously, by his own will. A mental modification in the form of resolution came. I am the only one and shall become many. Eko, ekaha, sam, ahamevo bahu, bahushyama. I shall be bahu, many. Aham, eka, eva. Though I am eka, only one, I will be many. So 19 verse is where, okay? And in that creation came time, concept of time. 20th verse. Maya ud, udbhuta. Maya udgata. Maya udgato kalo mahakalo iti sutaha kala shakti. Acha, let us chant. Maya udgata kalo Mayaya udgata kalo mahakala iti shrutaha mahakalo iti shrutaha kala shaktir mahakali kala shaktir mahakali chadya sadhya samudbhavat chadya sadhya samudbhavat Maya udgata kala. When the Maya came, there came started the timing. Click, 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 click started. Before, there is no time, beyond space, beyond causation. But when Maya came into the picture instantly, click, 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 the concept of time starts. Kalo udgata, Mahakalo, and that is called the great time. That's Lord Shiva is called Mahakala, Mahakaleshwar Shiva. So the Maya, then Maya udgata, rising from that Maya, Kalo time, Mahakalo great time, it is Sutta. These are all we hear from the scriptures. Suti. Mahakalo. The power of that great time is Mahakali. When Mahakalo came, then Kali should come, Shakti. See, you can get the in Vedanta the root of Tantra. Mahakala, what is Mahakala will do alone if there is no Shakti in it. That's why Mahashiva, you see the Shiva, snow white, but he's a form. He's Samadhi, almost super Sattik. But the Shakti should come. And that Shakti will create the universe. Mahakali. So that's why they said that time that has risen from Maya is known as the great time, Mahakala. And the power of that great time is called Mahakali. And she is the primordial as she springs up at the very beginning. She comes up. That's why Shiva, the mother Kali, comes on the chest of it. Why chest? Where comes your thought? In my brain or your mind. Here, to manifest it, emotion. So I will be many manifest, and that's the mother stands up in the chest. It's very. That's why people don't understand why Shiva, that Kali is standing on the chest of Shiva. It's very odd. But the Shakti coming out from where? All our emotions start over here. Action goes into hand and feet later on. So that is the expression. That Mahashakti, that Mahabrahman, that absolute Brahman, when Maya gets into the position, the Shakti manifests from it and the beginning of all the activity in the world. So, Maya, it says that everything is born due to time and remain in time. Time that has risen from Maya is known as the great time, Mahakala. And the power of that great time is Mahakali, and she is primordial as she springs up at the very beginning. No? That is the way the Creator. So we'll read the other verses 21 next time. Kaleno jayate sarvam. And now time has come and nothing to do. Time will automatically go on, create. No? Are you controlling the world? Time is controlling the world. In time, people are meeting each other. Time, people are going away. Time, people are dying. Time, people becoming king. Time, people becoming killed. No? Bombardment is going on. Fire is going on. In time, 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 time. Nobody has to do anything. God's clock starts automatic. And see how we are under the compulsion of time. Our everyday is not time. What is going on? Time, 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 time. So Mahakala, Mahakali. Yes.
Maharaj, many times we say, I don't have time. So how can you reconcile that?
I have no time means we are in this time period of 24 hours. You are talking about I have no time. And I cannot do this work. That's why time. Our consideration I have no time means I cannot give time for this thing. That is our normal sense of when you say something, oh, I want to do it now. Well, I have no time now. I have no time means within this time frame, click, 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 click. I cannot accommodate this work. So it's that I have no time. But timeless is a different thing when samadhi. We go to the timeless mood when we go to sleep.
Time is actually infinite. You are talking about the numbering of time. Numbering does not make it's not.
It's a part of time. Time concept, how do you think
It
that?
is like that. You are saying like the space. Space you can't even if you put so
But we
many
do,
ones,
but
you
we
cannot
divide.
cut the space.
But for all practical purpose, you see, we say my house, my land, all of it, my territory, Ukraine border. Why are you saying it is space? No space. For utilitarian purpose, we all use this terminology. Time, no, two, one time. But we are without dividing the time, you cannot have your daily transaction. Transactional
That is
universe,
unreal.
huh?
That's unreal.
Unreal, then no discussion. Don't discuss anything. Unreal, sit and say, I am Atman. Bas. But when you are not talking, then you are in duality, then you are in time. Vedanta is very clear, no ambiguity there. If you go to timeless, that's a different zone. Because you are, as soon as you come into time zone, you are bound by the routine of this life. So Rama comes, Shama comes, Krishna comes, Duryodhana comes, all kaleno niyate. Everything is controlled. Time is the best. You can say time is kalo. That's why Mahakala. What is the next? Kalatma. Shuddha Brahma Paratpara Ram. Supreme. That's the Satchidananda Brahman we talked about. Shuddha Brahma Paratpara. And the next line, Kalatmaka Parameshwara. Now, when you take Kala time, you become Parameshwar. You are the creator. See, this step, what we are talking about. Supreme Ishvara. You become Ishvara. Kalatmaka তারপরে দশরথ নন্দন রাম, then you become another time, under another grosser form in the Dashratha Nandana Ram. Yes.
Not like, can it go beyond time? Like by Tamasic Guna, Rajaguna,
We go to beyond time in this when you sleep. No, but we do not know. But when you wake up, you know the time. But when you are deep sleep, are you not going beyond time? But you are just dropping into the ignorance. That's it. Time is going on, but you are not aware. But when knowledge will dawn, then we will see it is the Maya's play, this tick, tick, tick going on. I am the unchanging witness, God, absolute, unchanging truth.
But then what happens to the time when Jnani sleeps?
Gyani,
Jnani also sleeps for a particular
Yeah,
duration of time. Then what happens to that? That time the Jnani is also sleeps.
Gyani, but they don't, it's for the body, not me. I have nothing to do with it. Anything happening to the body, what is that? What have I to do with it? I am not that. If anything happens to that man who is moving in the street, I have nothing to do with it. It's his affair. So this body is also like somebody's. I don't care. They are very, very, otherwise they are not a knower of truth. They have this conviction and experience. Huh? Correct or not? Now, Vedanta at least gives us clarity of understanding. Confusion is not there. Hodgepodge is not there. You put any question in Vedanta, you will be finding that it's always standing on the same ground without confusion. Time, as soon as you say time, you are under Maya, you are under Avidya. So you are bound by these rules, as everyone is bound by time. Huh? Kala Chakra, the wheel of time, like Dharma Chakra, the wheel of time. And you see now, and there's many good people put something in the internet. They saw that one baby is born, and then he starts cycling. The life is going on, and the boy, the small boy becoming adult, adult becoming. See, time is going on, life is going on, time, and the changes are coming. We don't notice ourselves, but if we can put ourselves in the picture, how things are going on, we are bound by the rule of time. And in time, everything comes. In time, everything goes. And when you go beyond time, nothing to go, nothing to come. That we are, that we are.
So Maharaj, Ishvara is bound by time.
Eh?
Ishvara is bound by time because
No, Ishwar is the master. Yeah, he can. Samayaya, Dehovanivo, Jatoivo, as if he is born like us. He also, yes, cries. Did not Jashoda and Krishna have the play? Did not have the same thing with the Ram Krishna in the Kamalpur? Sure, they are born, they are following, but they know I am not bound by it. This body is bound by it. Always go back to the Vedanta. It is body and mind. If you cannot think of anything beyond body and mind. Everything happening in your life in body and in mind. So whenever you are talking anything, are you talking in the level of these two? Then you are in Maya. Don't talk about Brahman. But Brahman is always separate, unaffected by anything. No one can mind it. How would one be able to function in this world with no mind? No, it is, yeah, if there is no mind, he need not have to function.
And there is no
Why he will function? What is the function? For function, for fun and joy. What fun is there in the world more than suffering? And if they want to joy, they are live in the no mind, means pure mind. They see God everywhere and enjoy. Someone beating him, it's fun. Okay, Ramakrishna saw that one Brahmagyani sadhu is come and he is just walking in the road and some children are throwing some pebbles and pits and he's bleeding here and there. And the Brahmagyani sadhu is saying, ha ha ha, these boys don't know what they are doing. Like, is there nothing has happened? Bleeding. They're throwing stones and things. and it's like a children's play. But he is unaffected by that. Huh? Ramakrishna said, hey, this to Hridaya. He is a Brahmajnani. And then he said that, but Hridaya Ram tried to follow him, and he is not looking at him and going away. And he said, please tell me, you are a Brahmajnani, what is the last word? Then ultimately he said, when the water of the Ganga and the drainage, in Indian drainage water, you can understand. Oh, how nice is that? Both will be same. Then you are a Brahmajnani. Ganga Jal are a not the one Jal. The drain water, you will see the same thing. So because it is not, they're not seeing, they're experiencing that. The being in time, not within the time. So being in mind, within the mind, no mind. So no mind state is a mind of, you can say, Shuddhama. Otherwise, we will be like our dream state, every sleep state. Every day we sleep. So no mind state, that means put someone to sleep every time. So he will be non-functional, and he will be crazy afterwards. After some time, if you put him so much injection to put him always in the sleep. So no mind state with Vedanta means it is a pure mind state. That pure mind will show the presence of the divine everywhere, inside and outside. They are called Brahmajnanis, they are called Jivan Muktas. But otherwise, no mind state is a disease. We are no mind state. Why? I do something and I don't do it perfectly. You are in no mind state. it is a disqualification in the society for the question of spiritual life. Spiritual life, it should be your sharp eye. You will be looking everything. That very critical, sharp, and pinpointed eyes. You can see everything. But how will you react? That's yours. They don't react. But the question is that it falls in their eyes. Sattvagun, that is the quality of the Sattvika quality. And pure mind, no mind state. Vedanta says pure mind. It is mind, but you cannot say mind. Why? Mind gives up its own function. Okay? Thank you. Very good. Any question anymore? No. Okay. No question? Turu?
But we can become Ishwar, right? Anytime.
Huh?
Like any ordinary person can become Ishwar.
No. Ishvara you cannot be. You can be Jivan Mukta. You cannot be Ishvara. Because Ishvara is the cosmic, it's just you heard. Cosmic mind, cosmic consciousness. You have no cosmic, you cannot attain to cosmic consciousness. You can be ignorant, you can remove your ignorance and merge one small wave. Can it be tsunami? Never. But one drop of water, even one bubble, can be the ocean when merges into ocean. No one can be Ishvara. An elephant made of, Swami Vivekananda gave the example, made of clay elephant, and clay ant. Clay ant can be elephant? No, that much volume he has not. He has not that big capacity. But it is mud, it is clay. You grind it, it becomes clay. And the elephant grind it is clay. Manifestation, much difference. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Tomorrow we'll be having gospel class, 7:30. Jai Ma.
Mahatma.
কি করে?
I'm going